would you do? What would any of you be willing to do? Would you brave the weird and haunted shores at world's end to fetch back witty Jack?
And action.
Guess who's back from the undead? It's the third time for the charming Johnny Depp.
But I promise you, you will not be disappointed.
Did no one come to save me just because they missed me?
I'm standing over there with them.
Sorry, Jack. But there is an old friend who wanted to see you first.
I don't have any old friends, only new ones, and I don't like them much. Besides, I'm not certain I can survive any more visits from old friends.
Jack Sparrow ends up where no sailor wants to end up, which is, you know, in Davy Jones' locker, which turns out to be far worse than he'd ever imagined it to be, or anyone had ever imagined it to be.
There was a time when a pirate was free to make his own way in the world. But our time is coming to an end.
As the pirate's time is coming to an end, Johnny Depp can now look back.
Why should I sail with any of you? 4 of you have tried to kill me in the past. 1 of you succeeded.
I think that 2 had a greater responsibility than 1 or 3 do, in the sense that it was the sort of glue that, you know, and 3 feels like to me that it's closer in tone to 1 in terms of humor and being character driven.
The pirate lords from the 4 corners of the earth,
Welcome to Singapore.
must stand together.
What's new in part 3? Pirates from around the world.
Who are you?
Tai Huang. These are my men.
Radio and action.
What remains the same, the high-octane action.
What happens, or at least what happens to me, is I wind up going to the director, going to Gore and saying, please, can we do a scene where I speak? I just want to do a scene, you know, I just want to act again, you know.
And set.
Ready and let fall.
All the sheets handsomely, boys! Scandalizing the teens!
You find yourself in, where it takes like 8 hours to capture a moment that's going to last for, you know, a quarter of a second or half a second on screen, that kind of thing.
Can we get a stuntman to do this?
In between all the action and the swords, there's a major scene involving a stone, a rolling stone. Keith Richards plays Johnny Depp's father.
Well, I felt so comfortable, I mean, as Captain Jack, acting opposite Captain Teague and, you know, Keith, that it was as if these guys had known each other a lot longer than Johnny's known Keith, you know.
He needs the pearl. Captain Turner needs the pearl.
It was very strange. It was a very interesting moment, you know, when Keith and Captain Jack met.
Thank goodness for that. If I wasn't, this would probably never work.
In terms of Keith, man, I was so impressed with him, with what he was able to do. This guy came in and just owned us all, you know. Really, it's the first time I'd seen the entire crew show up on set, just for a glimpse of the maestro, you know, everyone. Guys were like, you know, peeking behind one another just to see him work.
You're mad.
Thank goodness for that, because if I wasn't, this would probably never work.
It appears Johnny Depp will go out with a bang. This may be the end of his tour of duty as Jack Sparrow, or maybe not.
And that was without even a single drop of rum.
It was one of those kind of instances where I found myself going to the director, you know, going to Gore and saying, you know, are you sure that, you know, you sure there's nothing else we can shoot? You know, maybe I should do another take just to make sure we got that, you know, properly. And yeah, you're just trying to avoid what is inevitable, you know, which is, you know, saying goodbye to this person you've known for, you know, umpteen months, and have been very close to.
That would never have worked out between us.
Keep telling yourself that, darling.
Yeah, I hope I get to see Captain Jack again, but you know, if I do, I do. If I don't, I mean, I got to spend a lot of time with him anyway.
They know they face extinction. All that remains is where they make their final stand.
Before there's any more talk of further pirate adventures, Johnny Depp has some advice for his Pirates director, Gore Verbinski.
I don't think now's the best time!
Gore should really take a couple of years and just go to sleep, basically, after his work on this.
There's not been a gathering like this in our lifetime.
Still ahead on Hollywood One-on-One.
All right, look, first of all, with the grain. With the grain. You see what I'm doing here? You let the tool do the work, you see? Just like you're riding a wave. You let the wave do the work. You don't fight the wave. You can't fight these big waves, Coach.